and other, like to the parents, to the friends, and to the lovers. He gave joy to all four type of relations. Chakravarti Pad writes, when out of sorrow, gopis' hope for Krishna's return grew dim, and they become eager to give up their lives. Uddhav made them happy by speaking yet other messages, even more confidential. That is significance of the word after that, tataha, I think we have discussed this section yesterday. This purport we have done yesterday. Though Sukdev Goswami has not explicitly described this. So what did he say? What is Krishna's message? O you who are as dear to me as my life, while you are standing before my messenger Uddhav, just close your eyes. And just the coward boys closed their eyes, and they were delivered from the first fire. Close your eyes and I will deliver you from all devastating fire of separation. Witness my mystic power. Pashyame yogam aishwaryam. Witness my mystic power is Pashyame yogam aishwaryam. This is Bhagavad Gita. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. So hearing that, gopis close their eyes and flash of light, they have all the pastime there, and they are relieved from that. That we have discussed yesterday, a lengthy purport. Now we are going to the next. 55. Yavanti ahani nandasya vraje avatasi avatsit sa udhavaha vrajauka kshana prana prayani asana krishnasya vartaya. Yavanti, as long as. Ahani, days. Nandasya, of the Nanda Maharaj. Vraje, his residence, Vraj Gokul. Avasita sa Udhav, as long as Udhav stayed in Nanda Gokul. Vrajokasam, for the Brajavasis. Kshana Prana, it was just a moment. It was 4 months for them, it was just a moment. Why? Asana Krishnasya Vartaya, because Krishna's pastime, when we hear, time is stand still. And the years pass and you don't notice it. There is the influence or the effect of Krishna Katha. All the days that would have dwelled in Nanda's cowherd village seemed like a single moment to the resident of Braj, for Uddhav was always discussing Krishna. So this is a principle. Srila Prabhupada, Chakravarti Pad writes, how did time pass in a moment? Kshana prayani. Prayana means almost. And the same word prayani is nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. Almost. Prayani, almost. In the Uddhav's presence, the name Uddhav means extreme bliss, Utsava. And beside Krishna had also empowered Uddhav with the capacity to bestow bliss on others. Thus time passed in a moment for Vrajavasis who felt extreme happiness in the association of Uddhav, bliss personified. So Uddhav means bliss personified. Uddhav means Utsav, a festivity. Wherever he goes, he brings joy. And general principle is, what is the benefit of associating with saintly people? And what is the meaning of a saintly people? What is the meaning of association of saintly people? The purpose of associating with simply or saintly person is to hear Krishna Katha. So what is the result of associating with saintly people who speak Krishna Katha? Time passes and you never notice that. It may be 10 hours past, but for you it may be just a moment past. This is the mysticism of sadhu sangha. Sometimes people say, what is the benefit of association with devotees? There are two benefits. One, the time passes, you never notice. And second, when you come back from there, you are transformed, because their association transforms you. Well, generally the one transformation is when iron come in contact with touch stone, it become iron. So when some new person contact devotees, his life changes and he become good person. But actually, if really he get association of devotee, then he become devotee. So the touchstone is not as good as devotee, because devotee can make other devotee. Touchstone cannot make other touchstone. It can only turn iron into gold, but it cannot make the touchstone. But devotee will make whoever come in contact with him in devotee. So this Udhav is a great devotee, and when he was staying in Birja, they were the great devotees. Both were enlivening with to one another, and time was passing, and nobody noticed. And by association of the great devotees, gopis, Udhav was transformed. When he came back, he was transformed. So in this case, who is the real devotee? The highest devotees are gopis. And verse 56 of this section, Sarita vanagri dronai Vikshan kusumitan durman Krishnam sansamrayan reme Haridaso Virjo Kasam. Haridaso is Udhav. Virjo Kasam is the residents of Birja. And Sarad means river, Van means forest, Giri means Govardhan. Giri Govardhan means hills, mountains. Droni means valleys. Vikshatan, when they saw along with Udhav, when they were talking and walking there, Kusumitam Durman. Kusum means flower and Durman means tree, flowering trees. Krishnam Sansamaryan, they were simply again and again remembering Krishna's pastime. It means Uddhava was asking, oh, here in this forest, what pastime Krishna has performed here? Oh, here in this Govardhan, these grooves, what did Krishna do there? Oh, here is this Kadam tree, here is that tree, there, this tree, what Krishna has pastime there. So, in this way, they always remembered Krishna. That servant of the Hari, Haridas, seeing the rivers, forests, mountain, valleys, and flowering trees of the village, enjoyed inspiring the inhabitants of Vrindavan by reminding them of Lord Krishna. How? By asking what pastime Krishna performed in all these different places. Srila Sridhar Swami points out that as Uddhav wandered about Vrindavan, he reminded Virja residents of Krishna by asking them questions about the pastime the Lord had performed in each of these places, namely the rivers, forests, mountains, and valleys. Thus, Uddhav himself enjoyed great transcendental bliss in their association. And Srila Jiva Goswami has written, Uddhav made them remember Krishna completely, Sansamarian. This means he made Krishna directly appear to them. They ended up directly enacting him through remembrance. Thus Uddhav also was satisfied. Thus the cows saw Krishna's spurti. So the trees began to flower because of this spurti. So flowering trees means when they were hearing about Krishna's pastime, even trees were jubilant and the flowers are appearing on the trees and cows were moving because they were feeling Krishna's presence, because Krishna Katha is non-different than Krishna. Wandering with them in Vrindavan, Uddhav attained highest happiness. He was the servant of the Lord, most attractive to him, Hare. Because of receiving the Lord's mercy in various ways, he was fixed in serving the Lord directly in various ways. He enjoyed seeing the rivers, forests in order to make the people of village directly remember Krishna through relating his pastimes. In this way, he wandered about with them, seeing the qualities of the rivers and forest. On seeing the place of pastime with the people of Virj, he developed the highest bliss. This showed the greatness of the place. Or seeing the Krishna when he saw the flowering trees and the rivers of the Virgin, he enjoyed and made the gopis remember Krishna according to the instruction. You are not separate from me at any time. Verse of this chapter 29. So what is the principle which apply to us? A song sung by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Basati Krishna, Basati Boli. All the places where Krishna has pastime, I will visit all those places. And then the word is Pranay Bhakta Sange. Pranay Bhakta Sange. What is the meaning of Pranay Bhakta Sange? Gora Amara Jai Sthane, Brahmana Kaila, Se Sab Sthane, Heri Bo Ami, Krishna Basati, Basati Boli. This is the bhajan of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. But the word he used, I am just focusing on the word. I will wander about in the places of Krishna's pastime along with Pranay Bhakta Sange. What is the meaning of Pranay Bhakta Sange? Yes?
Pranaya means intimate.
Which stage is a pranaya in the stick of the higher levels of the love? Sneha,
Intimacy, no?
prema, sneha, man, pranaya is a fourth.
Pranaya,
Is a fourth.
intimacy.
What is actually meaning of the pranaya? Pranaya appears earlier in the in a sakha bhav. In a friendship, pranaya appears earlier than in madhurya. Pranaya means the both are equal. The lover and beloved are equal. That stage is called pranaya. So Uddhav is non-different than Krishna. This is pranaya. Now these Brajamasis are having discussion of Krishna with a devotee who is a pranaya bhakta. He is non-different than Krishna. Krishna says Uddhav is not a little difference from me. So in a friendship, the pranaya stage of the love comes quickly. Like the Krishna's coward boys, they were saying, what's the difference between you and me? You lost the game, so I have to climb on your shoulder. We are equal. This is called pranaya. Pranaya means equal. Lover and beloved are equal is called pranaya. In a rasa dance, gopis were imitating Krishna. Don't worry. I am holding Govardhan, you come under this. This is called pranaya. This stage, pranaya, is a very high stage. It means if we really want to visit the pastime places of Krishna in Vrindavan or Navadip, then if we accompany the great devotee, they are absorbed in that pastime, then we will see actually the presence, that place will manifest the presence of those all pastime and Krishna there. And if we have such type of experience, then wherever we speak about that place appears just in front of our eyes, and we can see that pastime going on there. With our mind's eye, we can do that. So now we are going to next section 57 to 63.
Prabhu, can I ask a small question? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I'm wondering, could we apply, or does this apply to the deep friendship between Arjuna and Krishna? This has always occupied my mind.
Yeah, I mean, Krishna and Arjuna were actually, when Arjuna is saying, we were joking together, we were lying down on the bed together. Yes, they were pranay bhakta, but not in a madhurya bhava. There was a little bit of Aishwarya in Arjun's friendship. Arjun's friendship was not completely Vishramba Sakha. He was not Vishramba Sakha. Vishram Sakha are the Birj Sakhas. So he was astonished when Krishna showed him universal form. At that time he's saying, forgive me please, I was thinking equal to you sometime. Even I'm teasing you that you are Yadav and you cannot become a king. I am Pandav, I am higher than you. So this was the periods of the Krishna and Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is Pranay Bhakta, but in a Vaidhi sadhan, not in a Raganuga sadhan.
If the boys in Vrindavan saw forms of Krishna like that, they'll probably be laughing.
That is called Vishramba Sakha.
Yeah.
Vishramba Sakha.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a different type of Sakha. So Arjuna is also very Sakha in a Vaidhi Bhakti.
Thank you. It's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's my heart.
Hare Krishna. So now this section is Uddhav glorifies the position of gopis. Drishtvaevam adi gopinam. This adi gopi, adi can go also. Adi means end also, but here adi means nitya siddha gopis. There are different groups of gopis. Some are nitya siddha, some are priya sakhi, some are naram sakhi priya. So there are different levels of gopis. Some gopis are nitya siddha lalita vishakha, and they don't want themselves most of the time to meet Krishna, but they want Radha to meet Krishna. But if Krishna is doing something, then they can chastise Krishna also. And then there is another gopis. They are called like there are some names Srila Prabhupada has described. Once I was giving class and I was looking in that. They are associate of Radharani. They are decorating Radharani. They are serving Radharani, but they have nothing to do with meeting Krishna. And then there is a group of gopis. They are manjaris. And they never want to meet Krishna personally, but they always arrange Radha and Krishna to meet. So there are different groups. The Adi gopis are actually Radharani and their group. Ashta Sakhis, they are Adi gopis. Krishna Avesh Atma. Krishna Avesh Atma. It means their very self was completely absorbed in Krishna. They are Rag Atma Krishna Madhurya devotees. Vikalvam is a word which means Divya Unmad or transcendental madness. Vikalvam means transcendental madness. Divya Unmad. Udhavaha Parampritas. Udhavaha, the Udhava Parampritas, he was highly pleased to see that. It means this is like a here word to word meaning Krishna, Srila Prabhupada disciple, right? Vikal means mental agitation. This mental agitation is not material. This is Divya Unmad. This is transcendental madness. And therefore, to see that, Uddhav was most pleased. Ta Namasyam. Uddhav offered his obeisance to the gopis. Idam Jugu, and then he sang this song. Jagu means sang. So, thus, seeing how gopis were always disturbed because of their total absorption in Krishna, this word disturb here is Vikal. Uddhav was supremely pleased. Param Pritas, desiring to offer them all respect. Namasyam. He is saying as follows. And Srila Prabhupada disciple write, Vikalva, mental disturbance, should not be confused here with ordinary material distress. It is clearly stated that Uddhav was supremely pleased in third line. And he felt this way because he saw that the gopis had attained the highest state of loving ecstasy, which means Divya Unmad, Mahabhav. Uddhav was exalted member of the court in Dwarka, an important minister in the world political affair. And yet he felt the spiritual urge to offer his obeisance to glorious gopis, although externally they were mere coward girls in an insignificant village called Vrindavan. To call Vrindavan insignificant village doesn't look proper. Girls in a transcendental village, Vrindavan. Vrindavan is not insignificant, it's transcendental. And non-different than the Golok Vrindavan. Srila Jiva Goswami stated that the Uddhav sang these verses daily while he was in Vrindavan, when he was away from gopis. When he was at distance from gopis, he used to sing these verses, means the next verse and onward. Chakravarti Pad writes, having observed the transcendental madness, Vikalvam, of the gopis, who had attained the highest state of loving ecstasy, wherein their mind, Atma, were always absorbed in Krishna, Krishna Avesh. Is there one Avesh word in Bhagavad Gita? Somebody can quote Avesh word in Bhagavad Gita?
Avesha means dress, so to speak.
Avesh. There is one verse, I think there is one word Avesh, mind is absorbed in Krishna. Avesh, is there some verse? Mayev manvadhastva may buddhim nivesha no.
Is it Maya Vishya?
Mayavesh mano ye mam nitya yukta upaste shardhya paripeta steme yuktatva mata. This one?
Avesh.
Yeah. Avesh means absorbed. Mind is absorbed in Krishna. Yes, that is the highest stage. And having seen their other exalted qualities, what other exalted? Evam Adi Gopinam. And other characteristics. Uddhav loudly sang Jagau Uchai, prayers offering all respect, Namasyan, to them. According to Sridhar Swami, Uddhav spoke loudly to show that it was not improper for one of the Kshatriya birth to pay obeisance to mere cowherd girls. So Uddhav was a minister, Uddhav was a royal family member, Uddhav was Kshatriya from his birth, but the gopis were cowherd girls, which are Vaish or Abhir, but because of their devotion, he was offering them obeisance, which was not improper. And Jiva Goswami writes, though all the people of Vraj had extraordinary prem, Uddhava shows that gopis developed the most astonishing bhakti. Seeing the conduct of the gopis as described Evam Adi, who developed their Atma condition of the Unmad Vikalva by absorption in Krishna, which had never occurred before. Uddhav never saw such type of Unmad or transcendental madness anywhere. Uddhav was extremely pleased, thinking himself most fortunate to see this and appreciating their qualities. He then sang verses of praise to offer them respect. This means that he praised them in sweet voice with full absorption, or rather offering them respect, and he sang, every day in coming and going, remaining at some distance from gopis, he would sing. Now here Sanatana Goswami says, 'Evam Adi' means in this way described, including speaking in madness and constantly fainting. Or it means Adi Gopi Nam, which means the eternal beloved. Adi Gopis means eternal beloved, which means Nitya Siddh Gopis. They are coming from Golok. There are Sadhana Siddh Gopis. There are Nitya Siddh Gopis. These are Nitya Siddh Gopis. The woman of virtue. He saw their Divya Unmad state, caused by complete absorption in Krishna, directly experienced that he offered respect to them first with the verses of praise, or first he offered respect with great devotion and then sang verses loudly. He sang in a pleasant manner, being overjoyed, paramprita, by seeing their special praiseworthy, previously unseen for Krishna. Verse number 58. एताः परं तनुभृतो भुवि गोपवध्वो गोविन्द एव निखिलात्मनिरूढभावा वाञ्छन्ति यदभवभीयो मुनयो वयं च किं ब्रह्मजनं भी अनन्तः कथारसस्य. Uddhav sang, among all the persons on the earth, these cowed women alone have actually perfected their embodied lives. Tanu. For they have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Lord Govinda. Their pure love is hankered after by those who fear material existence, by great sages and by ourselves as well. It means those who want liberation, those who are liberated, and the devotees. These are three categories. For one who has tasted the narration of the infinite Lord Sri Krishna, what is the use of taking birth as a high-class Brahman or even Lord Brahma himself? So, here Chakravarti Pad writes, Uddhav described the outstanding glories of the Virja Gopis in 5 verses, 58 to 62. Uddhav sang, the gopis alone have perfected the life, Tano Bhrto. Tano means body. By achieving Rudha Bhava, Mahabhava. Rudha Bhava and Adhi Rudha Bhava. The Rudha Bhava can be, is a Mahabhava, it can be in some gopis, Nitya Siddha, but Adhi Rudha is only in Radharani. So it is for the gopis in a plural. So it is a Rudha Bhava. Which those striving for, so who aspire this bhava? Those striving for liberation, bhava bhiyo. Those who are liberated, munyo. And the devotees such as I, vayam cha. Desiring but cannot attain. Because most of the devotee can reach to the, Sakha can reach to the pranaya. The Madhurya devotees can reach to the Rag Anurag. But Mahabhav is exclusive for gopis. They cannot go beyond that. Certain level limit is for the depth of the love or the height of the love for different mellows. So Mahabhav is only for Kanjal. Therefore, for one who has attraction, rasa means rag. Rasa meaning rag, rag means attraction. To the topics of unlimited ananta katha. And who is unlimited Lord? The topics of the unlimited Lord. What is the use of Brahmanical birth? Brahma janam bhihi. The threefold birth, there are threefold birth. Seminal birth from mother and father, sacred thread initiation by the spiritual master, and sacrificial initiation. That is when one is allowed to perform the puja or yajna. These are the three births, I think. Where are these three births we have read in Bhagavatam? Sukar, Savitra. Which canto? First tell me canto.
Seventh canto, right?
I doubt.
Last one? No?
No, this is only one ashram, not these three births. I don't know. There's some. I have some little remembrance of that. And Prachetas, when Narad is speaking to them, fourth canto, last section. There are three type of birth. Narad is speaking to Prachetas. Anybody recalls? It's called Sukar, means mother and father. Savitar means initiation in a Gayatri, as this is a sacred thread. And there is Vipratva or some, the third word is like that. Anybody can quickly refer to this. There are three words written here. Seminal is Sukar, and sacred thread is Savitra, and sacrificial is, I think, Vipratva or something like that. They are
31:10.
Huh?
4:31:10. I will try to put a.
You put in a chat, let everybody see. It is the fourth canto, right?
Yes.
So my guess is okay. Hare Krishna. So good. So you put in a chat, let everybody relish it. Oh, you put 4:31:10. Okay, I am taking it out.
Prabhuji, the third birth is Yagnik Janma.
Yeah, this is Yagnik. This word here is, see, the word here is sacrificial initiation. So it may be, Viprato is Yagnik. It's not, I'm remembering, I don't know where I read this, but I know where it was. This was my guess. So I am getting this line out. Okay, here we are. Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam 4:31. 31.
10.
10. This is 10. Okay. This is 10. Kim janam bhitribhirveha shaukar savitra yagnikyaha karam bhirvatraihi proktahi punso api vibuddhayosha. The civilized a civilized human being has three births, three kind of births. The first birth is by the pure father and mother. That is also pure. It means by garbhadan sanskar. And this birth is called birth by semen. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by the spiritual master, and this is called Savitra. And the third birth is called Yagnaka, taking place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite the opportunities for attaining such birth, even if one gets the lifespan of demigod, if one does not actually engage in the service of the Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for satisfying Lord. So these three births are useless as compared to the gopis. They are not initiated, they are not yagnik, but they are topmost. So good, these three type of births now you remember. And who is speaking? I think Narad is speaking this.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the three type of births. So when we read, I think this is the way. Now you are Bhakti Vedanta student. The whole Bhagavatam has to be, somehow it should be, glimpses should be in the memory. Hare Krishna. Yagnik, I am also corrected my language. I was thinking Viprato or something. It's Yagnik. I have not read this verse for, I think, maybe years. Krishna. Okay. These initiation which pertain to Brahmanas, there is nothing special about them, since just by attraction to the topics of the unlimited, one can attain the highest achievement. Or else, for one who is attracted to the topic of the unlimited, What is the use of Brahminical birth? Since lack of attraction to his topic render all such birth useless. And Srila Jiva Goswami writes, desiring to understand the meaning. Now this is important. I think we should pray like this. Jiva Goswami is praying. Desiring to understand the meaning of Uddhav's words, I surrender to excellent Uddhav, best of the devotees, who understood the greatness of gopis. So this should be the mood when we are reading this section, that in mind we should offer obeisance to Prabhupada, to his disciples who have rendered this translation, to Uddhav who has realized the greatness of the gopis, that by their blessing we may be able to understand their mood. This Jiva Goswami is offering obeisance to Uddhav. As a Kshatriya, Uddhav, you should offer respect to the bodies of the Brahmins. This is a question. Fearing such bad idea, Uddhav establishes in 3 verses that the gopis have the most excellent bodies. Most excellent means better than Brahmins and Kshatriya and Vaishyas. First, he established this by the fact that gopis manifested the greatest love for Lord in 2 verses. Only these gopis, devotees of the Lord residing in the Virj, at this time have the most excellent bodies on earth, which is ornamented with sadhan siddh, means there is one group of gopis, they are perfected by sadhan, and nitya siddh, and the other which have come from Golok Vrindavan along with Krishna, having bhakti endowed with various bhavas. Various bhavas means they have a madhurya bhava, but there are different levels of the bhavas. Some are anurag, some have anurag, some have mahabhav, some have arud, adhirud bhav, rud bhav. For Krishna, who has descended as an avatar, they would not be disrespected for being women. Why? They have perfect bodies arising from Ruda Bhav Mahabhav. Highest level of Mahabhav, Ruda Bhav. This is for all gopis possible. Directed towards Ansi. Ansi means the source of all form, Akhil Atmani. All form means all form of the Supreme Lord, who is thus suitable for these unconditional lovers, the highest among all the beings, and by their very nature. They have Mahabhav for Govinda, attractive to all as the Lord of Gokul, famous for unlimited forms and qualities. He is indescribable, known only by direct perception. Therefore, their bodies, bright with these bhavas, are most excellent. The proof will be shown later. For this purpose, the greatness of their bhava is explained. What to speak of their bhava? Just news about them is desired by those desiring liberation and those already liberated munis. And we also, devotees, who are eternally associated with Krishna, desire this by seeing Gopi's greatness. I am reading him as a Krishna and they as a Gopis, that it will be clear. What to speak of others, we do not attain it, though we desire it. Since we do not attain experience of special sweetness, the basis of those bhavas, Mahabhava, Ruda Bhava. For one who has tasted the narration of infinite Lord, what is the use of taking birth as a high-class Brahman, or without that special bhav, Mahabhav, which such bodies cannot be attained even by being born as Brahmanas? What is the use of Brahmana's birth for a person who has no taste arasasya, for topics about Krishna, filled ultimately with the greatest sweetness, Ananta. Sridhar Swami also gives this as an alternative meaning. In the first meaning, Brahmajana bhi can also mean what is the use of being born as a Brahma. Brahman or Brahma. Therefore, in translation, the Prabhupada's disciple has given both the birth as a Brahman or as a Brahma. These cowherd women living in Nanda's Braj have attained perfection of birth, Tanu Brata, by their wealth of sadhan on earth, Bhuvi. They have developed a special prem, Rood Bhav, for Govinda, the Supreme Lord, the Antaryami of all beings. The love, ignore everything else and is filled with indescribable gestures, transformation, pain and greed, with special bhavas that astonishes the world. Sages and we also desire this but do not attain it. The gopis are more glorious than persons desiring liberation. They are more glorious than person desiring liberation. Liberated person and devotees, three are in this verse. Desiring liberation, liberated and devotees. This type of birth is best. There is no perfection in being born as the creator of the universe, Brahma, which is considered topmost. Plurally is used, Janmadivi, to indicate the respect for Brahma or to indicate many births of the Brahmas. One gets greater result from hearing about Krishna than from being born as Brahma. Nikhil Atmani can also mean the gopis. Nikhil Atmani also means gopis. How? When they are in Rood Bhav. He who is the dearest Atmani to all beings. No one else has such bhav for Krishna. Or what is the use of Brahma's birth, his form, his mentality, etc. Okay, next verse 59. Kva imaha striyo vanachari vibhachara dushtaha Krishne kvachaisha paramatmani rudha bhava Nanav ishvaro anubhavato vidushopi sakshat Shreya tanoti agadaraja ivopayukta. First line has vibhichari dushta. Vibhichari means not well behaved, and dushta means vibhichari means by improper behavior, dushta means contaminated. So gopis are contaminated and they are improper behavior. And the third line says Ish anubhajato avidusho api sakshat. The third line says the personality of Godhead to one who constantly worship him, even not learned, can have, this is the highest good. Their body is the highest good. They are contradictory. So first line should be ridiculed by third line. So now see the translation. How amazing it is that these simple women who wander about the forest, vanachari, seemingly spoiled by improper behavior, vibhichari, dushtaha, have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Soul. Still it is true that Supreme Lord himself award his blessing even to an ignorant worshipper, just as the best medicine works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients. Shri Chakravarti Pad writes, therefore, the reason for someone being most exalted is devotion alone, not such factor as performance of austerity and knowledge. Though this devotion is the most exalted, it is not deemed so by common people. Remaining in such a place, pure devotion makes one its own shelter, making him most exalted, worshipable by all, and more rarely approachable. In 59 and 60, Uddhav speak about this with astonishment, his hair standing on end. Uddhav saying, these gopis are considered lowly on account of their being women, number one. Number two, their birth as cowherd. They are not royal ladies, they are just cowherd ladies. And third, their behavior, leaving their home and wandering in the forest, leaving their husband and going to Krishna. That is Vibhachari Bhav. Since it is their nature to wander about the forest, Vanachari, they are naturally contaminated by improper behavior. So where qua have these women attained Mahabhav, Rude Bhav, for Krishna, the super soul, who is the source of all other souls, the superior Parma, to all his other forms such as Lord of Vaikuntha, Narayan. This word Vibhachari is coming, you quote the verse of Bhagavad Gita. This Vibhachari, at least two verses are coming in my mind.
Mam Vyabhichari.
Mam Avibhichari, that's Avibhichari, not Vibhachar. This verse is there and coming in my mind, but it is a Avibhichar, not Vibhichar. In 9th chapter, oh, there is no Vibhichar, there is a Durachar. The word there is Durachar. Api cheta Duracharo. For this verse, Api cheta Durachara verse of Bhagavad Gita, everybody knows, right?
Yep.
Api cheta Duracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhur eva mantavya kshapram sadhu eva mantavya vivastito hi sa. Samyak vivastito hi sa. So one meaning of this verse is, even if somebody, because of accidental, anybody remember the purport of this verse? This purport Srila Prabhupada is taken from Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Rasik Ranjani commentary. There are two natures. One is called conditional and other is called constitutional. Constitutionally, he is engaged in devotional service, but conditionally, because of his past karma, sometime he may perform some abominable act. Therefore, constitutionally, he is situated in his own swarup of servant of Krishna. Therefore, he is properly situated and very soon he becomes sadhu. This is one meaning. The other meaning is the extreme meaning. It's not possible for a devotee to do an abominable thing. Like it's not possible for the sun to be dark, or it's not possible for the Lakshmi to be beggar. And third meaning is Rasik meaning. Anybody knows the Rasik meaning of this verse? Api cheta duracharo. Even if Krishna hunting the gopis in Vrindavan as a most wretched durachari, one who worship without deviation such Krishna is actually sadhu. He is rightly situated. Have you heard this commentary?
No, Prabhuji.
This is a Rasik commentary on this verse. Krishna, though hunting the gopis, but still it is a durachar. It's not a proper behavior. abominable thing. But one who worship this Krishna is actually properly situated. And those who worship him, they will become sadhu. So here gopis appears to be durachari, but they are the highest in their rude bhav. That is the mood. Now here Chakravartipad gives 3 examples. Uddhav continued thinking, certainly, Nanu, the Supreme Lord Ishwar Bhagavan, Supreme Ishwar means Bhagavan, can give this most auspicious thing to such persons as this, who is without philosophical knowledge, avidushit, avidusha. Means no, vidusha means learned. Of the Atma and Brahma. They don't know what is Atma, but they know what is Brahma. And to just and not just to perfected persons. To devotees like the gopis, Krishna gave liberation from sansar and the pure ecstatic taste of his love, which is difficult to attain even for liberated souls. Nectar, Amrit, the king of medicine, Agad Raj, gives us substantial benefit, Shriya, by bestowing a unique sweet taste along with dispelling the person's disease, even to one ignorant of its identity. Similarly, why then should Krishna not give that most exalted Mahabhav, which even devotees like Nard cannot attain, to these gopis who are perfect in devotion, bhakti siddha, and eternally liberated nitya siddha? Beside that, these gopis are in full knowledge of Krishna's personal form and identity, and qualities, and opulences, and sweetness. And they have engaged their intelligence in Krishna's service, as well as all the limbs of their bodies, their youth, feminine charms, and all their ornaments are just to please Krishna. There are 3 types of adulterous women. Vibhichari dushta, there are 3 types. First type is corrupted by deviation. And what is that? The first is a woman who enjoys both her husband and the lover, being faithful to neither. Both ordinary society and scripture condemn this conduct. Second type of adulterous woman is she who abandons her husband to enjoy only with her lover. Society and scripture also condemn this behavior. Although such a fallen woman may be said to at least have the good quality of dedicating herself to a single man. The last kind of adulterous woman is she who abandons her husband and enjoys an attitude of being a lover of Krishna. Although foolish common people criticize this position, such behavior is glorified by those who are wise in spiritual science. Therefore, learned members of the society and the revealed scripture praise such single-minded devotion to the Lord. Such was the gopis' behavior. Thus, the term Vibhichari Dushtaha, corrupted by deviation, indicate the apparent resemblance between the gopis' behavior and that of ordinary adulterous woman. The characteristic of the rude bhav or mahabhav are described in Ujjwal Neelmani. Okay, next.
I have a small question, Dhruv.
Yes.
I was previously thinking that Mahabhav is reserved only for Srimati Radharani, but now I'm reading here and I'm trying to understand that the 3 stages of this Mahabhav, and that the Rudha stage is
Nitya Siddha
stage also.
Yeah, the rude stage can be achieved by the all gopis, but Adhi rude stage, Modan and Madan, they are specific for Radharani. Yes.
So Madana is a samik, which is exclusive for Srimati Radharani.
Madan means meeting and Mohan means separation. Adhirud
So
bhav.
this is yeah.
So these Brahmar Geet 10 verses are Adhirud Mohana stage of Mahabhav, of Divya Unmad and Chitra Jalp of only exclusively Radharani. But from the other,
But Lord Chaitanya, sorry.
yes, go ahead.
So Lord Chaitanya feels what. So basically, Radharani feels what Lord Chaitanya feels.
In Gambhira, his Gambhira pastime. His Gambhira pastime is Adhirud, Madan and Modan Bhav. Madan and Mohan both Bhav.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Other gopis can reach to the Mahabhav. I think I was reading, I don't remember right. Chandravali and other can reach to Anurag or something like that. And the Nitya Siddha gopis can reach to the Mahabhav. There is a little distinction when we go into the deeper level of their bhava. But generally, gopis can reach to the Mahabhav as per these verses.
Yes, I saw that. And yeah, but there's 3 stages of it. That's why.
Yeah.
But the Madana stage is exclusively for Srimati Radharani.
Yeah. Adhirud. That's called Adhirud. Rood and then Adhirud.
Adhirud, the Madana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Jiva Goswami is discussing certain verses from Bhagavatam that the devotion is higher than, birth. It may be the dog eater, but if he's chanting holy name, he's better from 3rd canto. So he's quoting these verses, and based on that, he's saying, Gopinanta Patinam Sarvesham Dehinam, the Krishna appearing directly in this world moves among the gopis and their apparent husband, as well as their other inhabitant of worlds in this eternal spiritual body performing his pastime. 10, 33, 35. Uddhav in this chapter also said, Akhil Atmani, Paramatmani. So one should not fear that gopis have immoral nature. No, they are chaste, the most chaste. Because their chastity is the shelter, they have taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda. So there are some things on this about this Vibhichari. Jiva Goswami is saying this Vibhichari means Vibhichari Bhav. Not polluted, but is a Vibhichari Bhav. He says Vibhichari Bhav are temporary. So this Vibhichari word, these are Sanchari Bhav. Mentioning contrary emotions such as Vibhichari Bhava, they are described as a suppressed produce excellence. Can she be angry using magic to remain invisible? She cannot remain angry for a long time. So thus Vibhichari Bhav are temporary. So this word Vibhichari in this verse can be taken as Jiva Goswami writes. This is like a Sanchari Bhav. This is Sanchari Bhav, temporary. So we are going to the next verse. Nayam Shriyo Angaha O Nitantarate Prasada Swayoshitam Nalin Nagandha Rucham Kuto Anya Raso Utsave Asya Bhujadanda Grahita Kanta Labdasi Shamya Udagada Brajavalbhinam. When Lord Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Ras Leela, the gopis were embraced by the arms of Lord. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or other consort in the spiritual world, in Dwarka, whatever. Indeed, never was such a thing even imagined by the most beautiful girls in heavenly planets, though whose bodily luster and aroma resemble the lotus flower. And what to speak of worldly women who are very beautiful according to the material estimation. Srila Prabhupada disciple write, the word and meaning of this verse is taken from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chakravarti Pad writes, Sri Krishna, the best of the avatar, exist on the highest platform of purity and morality. And thus, he always remained praiseworthy by all, even while accepting worldly criticism for his cow tending, for his wandering in the forest, for his taking meal with young monkeys, and for his stealing yogurt and seducing other men's wives. So Krishna is the pure and moral, though people criticize for these things. Similarly, the gopis, who are the sense of Krishna's player potency, Haladini Shakti, they are kaya view of Radharani. Kaya means body, view means expansion. Gopis are the expansion of Radharani, who is the expansion of Krishna himself. Haladini Shakti achieved the highest standard of purity and auspiciousness, even in the comparison to the goddess of fortune. And thus the gopis are supremely glorious, even though they were criticized by worldly people because they were mere coward women living in the forest and behaving in an apparently improper way. Uddhav said, "Oh, even Lakshmi, who reside upon the chest of Lord Narayan, and who has enjoyed unlimitedly with him, never got such mercy. What then to speak of the women of heaven, Swar Yoshitam, the wife of the Lord Upendra, Vamandev, and other incarnation, who possess extraordinary beauty, good qualities, and fine fragrance like those of lotus." In this verse, the supreme position of the gopis is established in that they achieve the rare mercy of being embraced around their neck by the arms of Krishna during the Rasa dance. This statement also implies that among all the auspicious events, the Rasa dance is the most excellent. I'm not reading the other acharyas right now because we have to complete this. Verse number 61. Asam aho charnarenu jushanam syam Vrindavane kimapi gulam lata aushadinam Yadustayajam swajanmarya patham sahitva Bhejo mukanda padavim shruti bhi vimirgaya. This is the desire of Uddhav now. This is the Uddhav desires now. The gopis of the Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up, and they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, now let me, Uddhav, be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in the Vrindavan, because the gopi trample upon them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet. And Brahma has similar desire, and Uddhav has a similar desire. Srila Prabhupada disciple writes, Sri Uddhav here shows the perfect Vaishnava attitude of humility. He does not pray to be equal to the gopis in their exalted stage of love, but rather to take birth as a bush or a creeper in Vrindavan, so that when they walk upon him, they means gopis walk upon him means Uddhav, he will get the dust of their lotus feet and thus be blessed. The shy gopis should never agree to give such blessing to a great personality like Uddhav. Therefore, he cleverly sought to get such mercy by taking birth as plant in Vrindavan. Sardarshani Tika, so Chakravarti Pad writes, Uddhav said, as it has been proved that gopis' love is the most rare to attain, it would be improper to desire it. Therefore, it was with a lack of judgment that I have said that Mahabhav, which those desiring liberation liberated, and the devotees like me hanker for in verse number 58. This was not proper. It was not possible for any of them to attain that. But now, with proper consideration, let me correctly express my desire. I want to be born as some low shrub, creeper, or grass upon which the gopis will place their feet. Asan aho charana renu. One may question, but what is the supreme excellence of gopis' worship? That you desire their lotus, their foot dust, rather than that of such exalted personalities as Lakshmi. Why don't you take the dust of Lakshmi? Why gopis? Uddhav replies, I have never seen such intense worship where one can break all the mundane principle of religiosity, sarvdharman pariteja, shyness, and sense control. Every night the Vrij gopis give up all shame, their respectable upbringing and religious codes, which are as hard as thunderbolt to break, and run off to meet Krishna. At the time of returning home, they are completely oblivious as to whether they are following the right footpath or not. Then they will place their blessed feet upon my head, which will be present there in the form of some blade of grass. As for now, even though I pitifully beg for it millions of times over, they are not willing to put their feet on my head. Therefore, my life will be successful only if I am born as a blade of grass in Vrindavan. Sanatan Goswami's purport somebody should read. It appears very beautiful. Creep and this very, very beautiful purport. Gopis attend their lords who are superior to the Vedas. But I cannot give it up and I cannot read. What can I do? What should I do? I'm going ahead. Verse 62. Ya vai striya striya architam ajadi bhi apat kamai. Ajabhi means Brahma. Yogeshwarai api atmani rasa ghoshtyam Krishnasya tad bhagavatah charanarabindam Niyastam stanesho vijaho paribhyah tapam. The goddess of the fortune herself, along with Lord Brahma and all other demigods, who are master of the yogic perfection, can worship the lotus feet of Krishna only within their mind. But during the Ras dance, the Krishna placed his lotus feet upon these gopis' breast, and by embrace those feet the gopis gave up all distress. Chakravartipad writes, in this verse, Uddhav again glorified the Mahabhava of gopis, which is inaccessible to the Lakshmi and others. Uddhav said, indeed, the gopis relieved their mental anguish at the Ras arena, Ras Goshyam, by embracing the lotus feet of Krishna to their chest. These are the same lotus feet that Brahma, Lakshmi, and other worship in their mind, Atmani, but can never touch directly. This point is explained in such verses as Yadavan Chitya Shrihi Lalana Charat Tapo Vya Yakaman Sucharitam Dhira Vrata. Desiring to touch your lotus feet, the goddess of fortune performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and taking austere vows. 10:16:36. Okay. Oh, beautiful, lengthy purport by Srila Sanatana Goswami. Last verse of this section. Vande Nanda Vraja Strinam Pada Renum Abhikshanasha Yasam Hari Katha Udagitam Punati Bhuvanam Triyam. I repeatedly offer my respect to the dust from the lotus feet of women of Nanda Maharaj's cowherd village. When these gopis loudly chant the glories of Krishna, the vibration purifies three worlds. Chakravartipad writes, after glorifying the gopis, Uddhav offered his respect in this verse. Uddhav said, I offer my respect to the foot dust of cowherd women of Virj continuously, as long as I do not get birth as a blade of grass, which will make it easy to get their foot dust. Their loud songs about the form, qualities, and pastime of Krishna purify three words of ignorance. In the phrase Padaranum Abhikshanashaha, the affixer Sha indicate perpetually, not just 3 or 5 times a day. In relation to this section, Vyas and other great commentators have concluded as follows. Among all the devotees, those who worship Krishna are the best. Since Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, so am Bhagavan. Among those devotees who are Krishna's intimate associate in his pastime are more intimate because of their loyalty in following him. Among these intimate associates, Uddhav is the best. For it is said that Uddhav Tvam tu Bhagavateshva aham. Among the devotees, I am Uddhav. This is the 11th canto. Tvam tu Bhagavateshu aham. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Pandwanam Dhananjaya is my opulence. Similarly, Uddhav, you are my opulence. Among the devotees, I am Uddhav. And also, Modha Na Uddhavo Anvapi Mana Nyono. Uddhav is not less than myself. Bhagvatam 3:4-31. Despite his extremely elevated position, however, Uddhav himself desired the bhav of Vrja gopis and had the greatest regard for them. According to Sri Vaishnava Toshani, which means Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Uddhav did not offer such respect even to Krishna's queen in Dwarka. Among all the gopis, the Radha is the highest, and following her is the highest achievement. So among all the incarnation, Krishna is the best. And among the Krishna's devotees, the associates are best. Among the associate, Uddhav is best. And among the and higher than Uddhav are the gopis, and among the gopis, the Radharani is the best. That is the hierarchy in a Brad Bhagavatam Artha. Now the last section. 64 to 69, Uddhav's departure to Mathura. Shri Juka Vacha. Sukadeva Goswami said, Uddhav, the descendant of Dasara, then took permission to leave from the gopis and from Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. He bade farewell to all the cowherd men and about to depart mounted his chariot. Begging their permission, Anugyapya, Uddhav bid farewell, Amantriya, and departed. And Jiva Goswami writes, I offer respect to Uddhav, the best of Krishna's dear devotees, who prayed for a birth as the grass in order to touch the dust from the gopis' lotus feet. The word Ath indicate another time, which means after some time. The word Cha indicate everyone. He asked permission to leave after satisfying everyone's heart in order to what he perceived was greatness of their prem, the gopis, Yashoda, Nand, and the cowherds. Since the main purpose was consoling everyone, according to the means mentioned previously, he called the cowherd and let them hear Nanda's permission for him to go. He called out to them, O cowherd, they have given their permission. Now I am going. In this way, he went to each coward and spoke. Uddhav is called the descendant of Dasara because he was knowledgeable of all conduct and could even solve the problems in Braj. Now, this is the highest comment, say, description in Garga Santa. Next one, I think, is a very high. Verse 65. As Uddhav was about to leave, Nand and other approached him bearing various items of worship. With tears in their eyes, they addressed him as follows. Now, Nanda Maharaj and other Brajavasis held various gifts, Nana Upayana, in their hands. During Krishna's Pongal, means 5 to 10 years, and Kishore, 10 to 15 year age, childhood and youth, they had collected many jewels, gold coins, and pearl ornaments, and during Krishna's youth, many cloths. Now, in their feeling of separation, they lost interest in keeping these things, so they offered them as a gift to Uddhav. This verse describes Uddhav mounting his chariot. Uddhav went to the entrance of the Vraj in order to mount his chariot. They approached him. When he was there, they held in their hands milk sweets, butter and other foods given by Yashoda for her son, marked with her symbols. Also, they held similar gifts for Balaram and Rohini and for Devaki. They had necklaces of gunjam made by the gopis for Krishna, marked with their artistry. They also had roots, fruits and flowers from the forest brought by Sridhama and others for their dear friend Krishna. They had necklaces of the elephant pearls and musk made by Nanda for his son. There was rice cooked in ghee for Vasudev. For Ugasin, there was milk. For the Uddhava, there was cloths and ornament brought by all the people. Thus they had various gifts in their hands. They spoke with choked voice. Verse 66. Nanda and other cowards said, may our mental function always take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. May our words always chant his names, and may our bodies always bow down to him and serve him. This is, they are now practicing bhakti. Mano vrityo nahasyo Krishna padam bhujashriya vacho abhidhayanihi namanam kayastata padava pravanadishu engage in bowing down and so forth. Purport by Prabhupada's disciple. The residents of Vrindavan were firmly convinced that even if they could not have direct association with their beloved Krishna, they could never be indifferent to him. They were all topmost pure devotees of the Lord. Jiva Goswami writes, since the previous verse mentioned that they spoke with anurag, the word of this verse are spoken with anurag, not with the conception that Krishna was the Supreme Lord. After considering the talk with the predominance of the respect for Krishna as the Lord, they express their true feeling with words seeming to agree with this conception, while indicating their extreme internal grief. In 2 verses, if you consider Krishna to be the Supreme Lord, and he is hard for us to attain, all our functions should concentrate upon him. We should not be indifferent to him. Our bodies should bow to him, our words should utter his names, and our mind should think of him. The word adishu indicate their bodies should engage in service and other actions as well. Oh, Sanatan Goswami writes, may our mental functions take shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, who is directly Bhagavan. This means that he should appear to everyone internally. May our words or voice chant his name, such as Krishna, Damodar, and Govind, or the plural names is used to show respect. Our voices should chant the name Krishna. Our bodies should offer respect with devotion. We should also do mental services, manual services with our bodies. They pray for the bhakti with engagement of mind, words, and body. Though Nanda was the Vatsalya Bhava, he prays for the shelter of Krishna's feet. This is because of lack of control and misery arising from separation. Or though Nanda tried to speak, his throat was choked with tears. Thus other coward spoke. Nanda Adhya is the Tada Guna Samvigyana Bahu Vrhi compound, which means he would never say, may our mental function take shelter of his feet. No, he already said he is always thinking of Krishna. As we remember the wonderful deeds Krishna performed, his playful sideline glance, his smiles, and his words, O Uddhav, we forget all our material engagement. 10:46:21. 60 verse 67. Karambhi brahmyamanam yatra kwapi shvarechaya mangalacharaitai adanai ratinah krishna ishvare. Wherever we are made to wander about this world by the Supreme Will, Supreme Lord's will, in the accordance with the reaction to our fruitive work, may our good works and charity always grant us love for Lord Krishna. Chakravartipad writes, Nanda Maharaj said, our dear Lord lived, our dear long-lived Uddhav, we, Krishna's mother and father, have been most hard-hearted towards our son. Even though he is the great ocean of beauty, good qualities, and the character, and we remain so even now. We understand that the abundant affection and care we previously showed Krishna now appears to have been artificial, since even in his absence we remain alive. King Dasharath was actually the only real father in this world, because he immediately died upon hearing that his son Ram had gone away. We, on the other hand, do not have even a trace of love for our son, Krishna. Therefore, this omniscient son of ours has rejected us as unqualified parents. Being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has used his inconceivable ingenuity to make Devaki and Vasudeva his parent instead. Therefore, Yashoda and I should be completely condemned as the most unfortunate persons in the three worlds. Nevertheless, perhaps in some future lifetime, we may become aware of Krishna as he is and become attracted to him. In this way, Nanda Maharaj prays in 2 verses. Nanda Maharaj's statement, may our minds take shelter of Krishna's feet, is a reversal due to great love. Actually, the mind and senses of Nanda and Yashoda are always absorbed in Krishna, but they prayed in this way. This indicates the extreme predominance of sanchari bhav of dainya, humility within them. Moreover, it is the nature of those who possess Krishna prem in the friendly sakhya ras, parental vatsalya ras, or conjugal madhurya ras to become indifferent to themselves as repositories, ashriya alamban of love, for love's object, vishya alamban. So Krishna is Vishya, they are Ashriya. Krishna, Vishya Alamban is Krishna. And Ashriya Alamban are the devotees. Due to the extreme hopelessness they feel in separation from Krishna, hence their excessive humility, they forget their own proper moods and instead take up the mood of servitude, dasya bhav. An example of Sakya turning into dasya is as follows. When Balaram, near the end of the Brahma Vimohan Leela, thought that this Krishna being aloof is not even now confining in us, he developed dasya bhav and said, Prayo Mayastu me bhrato, this must be the Maya of my Lord. So he said, Krishna is my Lord. An example of dasya bhav in Madhurya Ras is as follows. Radha said, Hanatha Ramana Preshtaha Dasyaste Kripanaya me, O master, O enjoyer, being the wretched maidservant to you, 10, 30, 40. And a gopi said, Kvachidapi Sakkatha Naha Kinkrini Nam. Oh, does Krishna ever talk about us as maidservant? The present verse gives an example of Dasya Bhav in Vatsalya Ras. Cowherd, headed by Nanda Maharaj, said, Manaso Vrityo Nahasyu Krishna Padara Vindaya. May our mental function always take shelter of Krishna Lord's feet. However, although they spoke like this, even in the state of ecstasy, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda would never give up their parental relationship with Krishna and speak like Vasudeva Devaki, who, due to being overcome with the awareness of Krishna's opulence, Aishwarya Gyaan, said, Yuyam nam nao nanaha sutao, you are not actually our sons. So what Nanda is saying in this is actually Sanchari Bhav, and this is a Dasya mood because of the too much bewilderment. 68. Evam sabhajito gopai Krishna bhaktyaha na naradhipa udavaha punaragachan mathuram Krishna palitam. Mathura, which is protected by Krishna. Sukdev Goswami continued, O ruler of the men, thus honored by the cowherd man with expression of devotion for Lord Krishna, Uddhav went back to the city of Mathura, which was under the Krishna's protection. The word Krishna palitam indicate that even though Uddhav was very attracted to Braj, due to being fully devoted to Krishna, he returned to Mathura, which was being protected by Krishna. Sukdev Goswami intended to criticize Krishna here, for if Krishna is protecting Mathuram Krishna palitam, why does he not also protect Vraj by care? This is Sukdev's mood. 2 chapters have described the sequence of events. Jiva Goswami writes, now Uddhav was worshipped while having attachment to Krishna and with attachment to Vrindavan, as expressed by Uddhav in the verse 61. Why did he return to Mathura? Mathura was protected by Krishna. How would it be possible for him to protect Mathura without his dearest servant Uddhav? So Uddhav has to go there. Last verse for this section. Krishnaya pranipatyaha bhaktyaha udarekam vrajokasam vasudevaya ramaya rajane chaupayanaya dat. After falling down to pay his homage, Uddhav described to Lord Krishna the immense devotion of the resident of Braja. Uddhav also described to Vasudeva, Lord Balaram and King Ugarsin and presented in them the gifts of tributes he had brought with him. Summary of the verse, nothing. Chakravarti Pad writes, Uddhav described how the inhabitant of Vrja had unlimitedly more devotion than the resident of Mathura. Bhaktya uderakam virjokasam. Uddhav said, my dear master, Krishna, all the scripture conclude that you are controlled by pure devotion, attained by devotion, and seen only by devotion. Now I have directly seen that among all your devotees, the Brajavasis have the most intense devotion. After all, your father Nanda has said, Sweti kirtakil janma virhena twadhuna gokulam Krishna deva Krishna devera isha sweta deepa brahma dade. O Krishna, everyone in Gokul has turned white in separation from you. This has even fooled the sage among the demigod Nard to mistake Gokul for Sweet Deep. Bhakti Samit Sindhu, Southern Division, third wave, verse 48. Uddhav continued, Krishna, your father Nanda Maharaj was so much bewildered in your absence that he prayed that his mind would concentrate on you. Manaso virto na shu. From this you can understand his overwhelming attraction to you. And your mother Yashoda was so choked up that she could not say anything. Hearing this, Krishna lost control of his mind and senses and cried loudly in the midst of the public assembly. That night in the secular press, Uddhav revealed to Krishna the blazing subterranean fire of the gopis' love for him. After Uddhav related to Krishna just one day of the divine madness, Divya Unmad of Sri Radha, the crown jewel of his dear gopis, and her wonderful parling Chitra Jalp, Krishna stayed up the whole night, burning with fever in separation from Radha. Thus the end of the commentary. Oh, Jiva Goswami is still saying something, and Sanatana Goswami. I think this sweetness we are leaving for you to relish on your own. Hare Krishna. So somehow we completed our section. Uddhav ki jai, Nand Yashoda ki jai, Braj Gopis ki jai. Let them be merciful to us that we can at least relish this. We may not be able to reach to that stage. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any comment or question? I've left many commentaries, I'm sorry. But when you finish your exam sometime, relish this. Somebody has to comment something. I think in this section we are together, and this is our completion of this section together.
Hare Krishna, Dhanyavad Pranams.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the nectar. there are two things I want to point out, and I want you to elaborate a little bit on. First of all, Uddhava's feeling of disqualification for associating with the gopis and therefore wanting to take birth as a grass, in Vrindavan. I want to compare it to Lord Brahma's feelings also, the same way. Lord Brahma felt like that when he said, Tam Satam Brahma Sukha Anubhutya, that verse. And I want you to comment on or compare the two of them, because it's the same, similar thing. Lord Brahma also wanted to take birth as a grass. Then secondly,
right.
Inhabitants of Raj, they came with different gifts to try to give to Uddhava. And this is like the verse in the ISKCON disciple calls that while approaching the Guru, we should approach him with firewood in hand. With firewood in hand. That means whatever can be useful in the service. So I want you to explain how this is related to the type of attitude we should develop as the Buddhists.
I think you correctly said what Uddhav desired is Brahma also desired, and the Brajbasis gave gift to Uddhava personally for the king, for the Vasudev, for Krishna, for Balaram, for Devaki, for everybody. And then you are saying something, when the disciple go to the spiritual master, he should take the wood in the hand, because the spiritual master is doing yagna regularly, so it is his duty to bring the wood. So similarly, the gifts should be given according to, like when Prithu Maharaj appeared, the gifts were given which were supposed to be given to the king. When Vaman Dev appeared, the gifts were given to the Vaman Dev. The gifts should be given to the brahmachari. So gifts should be given according to the time and place and the person. Anybody has any comment or question or some realization, some suggestion?
Sometimes we have some argument, but devotees asking, how do you reconcile Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu? And we've tried to explain that there's a higher level of intimate association of the intimate associates of Krishna, and like Uddhava, and Krishna says Uddhava is my favorite devotee, and then even higher than that. But sometimes people misinterpret Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu, that Lord Shiva is higher than everyone else. But I think that comparison doesn't fall within the intimate associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Golok Vrindavan.
Oh, say.
I think there's a bit of a lesser level, right?
See, among the Rag Anuga Bhakta, the highest is gopis.
Yeah.
And among the demigods, the highest Vaishnava is Sambhu. And among the Vaidhi Bhakti devotees, the best devotee is Narad. So in different categories, they are different. Yeah, different categories, and they are different. Among the demigods, the best way, because all the demigods are Vaishnava, but the topmost is Shambhu.
Yeah.
These are very intimate associates of Lord Krishna. They are not Vaishnavas, they are associates, which all Vaishnava aspire to serve them.
They're part of Krishna's Parshad, no?
Yeah, they are their Parshad, they are their associate, right? Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice having your association again. Wonderful being together and reading.
Yeah, I was reading all the times, nothing. I did not say. Anyway, in between I was talking, somebody can pick and somebody may not pick. I was speaking, but in between talking. So, Murli.
That's a lot.
Murli, Murari.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu. That's so very wonderful. All these chapters are very wonderfully narrated by you, Prabhu. It is not going out of the mind. First of all, the previous chapters we had directly seen all the Vrajagopis, how they so totally surrendered to the Lord, and how this separation causes their so much of pain to them. But when Uddhava explained all those things, it is giving really a separate attraction to them, to gopis. What I feel is when they directly lead to Krishna, and both of them they were conversating so many things on that time it was not giving so much attraction to the gopis. When Uddhava is explaining about the gopis, and he want even the lotus dust of the lotus feet, and want to be a grass in the land of Vraja. This makes me so now understanding about their devotion. It is very clear after Uddhava's explanations. It is giving a special attraction towards Vraja gopis.
Ultimately, humbleness is the crest jewel for the devotees, to be humble, and always seeking dust from the lotus feet of the devotees. The dust from the devotees' lotus feet, it means their mercy actually. Actually, dust from the lotus feet of devotee means their mercy.
So nice.
It's not literary, it means mercy. It's literary as well as mercy. Somebody has some more comment? We are not qualified for this section, but somehow we have to complete for Bhakti Vedanta.
Hare Krishna.
Yes?
Yeah, but still we can draw something for our practice and experience. I remember that gopis, they left their houses, relatives, and husbands in the sense that they left their possessiveness toward all their surroundings. It was very important to
They gave up me and mine. They gave up me and mine, and they simply drowned in Krishna's thought. Right. So, say Panchakalpatru for everybody, and please again pray for me. Let me finish a few more days here for my preaching and go back to Vrindavan and relish the and go to the Udhav Kund and try to find out where is the Udhav as a bush, and I can ask him whether he got the dust of the gopis' feet. And in one cent I know that he used to go every day near Udhav Kund and used to embrace all the trees, thinking that Udhav may be some of them and he may bless us. So we have to relish Vrindavan in Pranay Bhakta Sanghe. Let us have an association of Pranay Bhakta that will purify our life. Udhav is one of those Pranay Bhakta, always absorbed in the Krishna's service. And for us, Srila Prabhupada is that Pranay Bhakta. And we begging blessing of Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas to understand his Krishna book, and then his Bhagvatam, his nectar of devotion, his Chaitanya Charitamrita. I mean, I'm surprised here the devotees want to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita in the morning. Every day we have 1.5 hour something we speak about Chaitanya Charitamrita. They are innocent devotees, they don't know anything much, but they are eager to hear. Some 800, 1,000 devotees will come in the evening for class. I have to go by 8 o'clock there. So, please, Vancha kalpatru vyascha, kripa sindhu vyayevacha, patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Wish you all the success in your studies and perfection and devotion in this lifetime. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.